I can't think of anybody in history that should get the Nobel Prize more than me.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here. And I'm reporting this now at 5:04 in the morning because there are people who I know for a fact that watch this show and who are partners with me on Sons of Liberty that have family members in the places that I'm going to talk about right now. So as Donald Trump still awaits his Nobel Peace Prize, I thought that it'd be pertinent to let you know what's happening in the United States embassies around the world. On the last video before this, I told everybody that the American plan was indeed to make Iran strike back and have American casualties in order to manufacture consent of war. And that is indeed what they did. But also I had someone named Preston Stewart on just a few weeks ago who is an expert in the history of war, American especially. He's an officer and now retired. And he himself told us about how Iran would fight. And he said that the idea is not to win or lose, but to make as much problems as possible and gain as much casualties as possible so that it becomes inconvenient or just too costly to continue a war. And it's a smart strategy, he said. But not only would they make it more costly, it would be done by more than just them, by the people who support them or proxies. Well, when you're dealing with dummies and criminals and people who are so narcissistic that they think that they're gods, they unfortunately don't watch this show. And they didn't hear Preston Stewart say that. And as we speak right now and last night, here are some of the costs that we've incurred from state actors and non-state actors in Pakistan. Let's start there. Yes, in Pakistan, can you believe it that they're attacking the U.S. Embassy because they hate us and they have nowhere else to go with their grievances. They have nowhere else to go. But if that was it, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Unfortunately, that's Baghdad, and they're all too used to us bombing their streets. But that's not all. Let's go to Beirut. That's machine gun fire that you hear there. And when we say non-state actors, usually we don't mean citizens. What we do mean is militants, terrorists, insurgent groups. Yeah? Yes. Because when the plan is to use guerrilla warfare to inflict as much damage as possible and make it too costly for you, you don't need the lines of warfare and tanks anymore. What you need is a small group of people in every single country that hates you to just continuously attack everything. Your families and your embassy, your boats, your friends. But luckily for us, we're a part of an axis of evil. That means that we're not in this alone. There are more evil people that are also going to be paying the price for this. And their leaders did this to them. Here's Jerusalem.
Right now, there are ballistic missiles being fired at Israel's second largest city of Tel Aviv. Currently, missile defense systems are working to shoot down the incoming fire. We are going to take some cover here as this unfolds. You can see in the distance interceptor rounds coming off, trying to shoot down. Pull it off the tripod. And let's move inside. The flash there in the sky, explosions overhead. And again, this is the third barrage.
Like I said before, their leaders did this to them, but even they don't understand the idea that there's unintended consequences for being evil and disgusting. Like the friends who aren't under threat, the friends who you used to have turning away from you. It's funny, when I watch an American flag being burned by an American, I feel pride. When I watch it being burned by our allies, I feel shame. To someone who has no shame, none of this means anything to them.
United States of America, Mr. Donald J. Trump, please. This is your prize. This is your peace prize. There is also a beautiful medal for you that you can wear everywhere you want to go. Everywhere you want to go. Everywhere you want to go.
I can't think of anybody in history that should get the Nobel Prize more than me, and I don't want to be bragging, but nobody else settled wars. Obama got the Nobel Prize. He had no idea why. He still has no idea. He walks around, he says, I got the Nobel Prize. Why did he get a Nobel Prize? He got it almost immediately upon attaining office, and he didn't do anything, and he was a bad president. So, I mean, you should get the Nobel Prize for every war you stopped.
The worst part is we could have stopped this a year ago. We could have stopped this at any time. The Congress has the power to impeach the president. And with all the things that he's done that has been illegal and impeachable offenses, you would think that a democracy would have done their duty by now. But we've been failed. We've been failed by the Congress.
This is what happens when you do not hold people accountable. Congress has failed us. Hey, folks. I don't even know what to say about the news today. Well, I do, actually. What we need to say is that when you do not hold bullies accountable, they just escalate and they cause more harm in more ways. In June of last year, Representative Al Green set forth impeachment resolution HRes 537. Congress voted to table this motion. This was for unilateral strikes on Iran. We could have addressed this a year ago, and we did not. And now we are participating in strikes with Israel against Iran. This is what happens when you do not hold people accountable. Congress has failed us.
The next video will be responding to an ex-MAGA person who says that they feel like they're not being let into the left and that the left is being counterproductive because they're not accepting her back in. And let it sink in what you saw around the world and the hate that we're having and the consequences that this will have for generations. The next video will be responding to her and how badly she feels about that.
Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're gonna pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel, you're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads, it's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works.